welcome to the Creatives Tarot. My name is Melissa and I am so grateful that you are here today to the YouTube channel that helps you pursue your passions and supercharge your creativity. Today is Self-Care Sunday, and so we're going to be talking about a practice that I am using this week, which are 3 questions that you can use to help let go of any negative energy that you're carrying, any negative baggage, fears, anxieties, frustrations. I know 2020 was hard and we rolled into 2021 thinking it was going to be great, and this first few weeks have been a doozy. So let's figure out how to protect ourselves, how to lift ourselves up, and really position ourselves for manifesting the things that we want in our life. So let's get started. Okay, so as I said before, we're going to be talking about 3 essential questions that you can ask yourself in order to help you let go of the burdens that you're carrying. And we're going to walk through each of these questions. I'm going to give you a little bit of context on them. Ideally, you want to be writing these down. So get a piece of paper, get your journal, and write these down on paper. The act of writing is going to help you physically release some of that energy that you're carrying. So that's very important. Don't just reflect on it. Write it down. That way you can revisit it. That way you can speak it aloud and let it go. So let's get into the questions. All right, so the first question that I want you to reflect upon is, what is the one thing that is weighing on you the most? What is the one thing? And this is something that's going to come to you immediately, right? So when it pops into your head, just write it down. It could be, I don't know how to pay rent. It could be, I'm feeling really stuck. It could be, I'm worried about X, Y, and Z. But what is that thing that is weighing on your mind? It's taking a lot of space and energy out of you. It's the one big thing, the immediate thing that is top of mind. What is that thing? Write it down right now. Okay, now that you've written that down, I want you to think about what are the worries, the fears, the stresses, and the anxieties that are surrounding that weight. What are the things that are just eating away at you? Why is that thing such a burden, right? What are the fears? What is the worst case scenario? What is it that you're afraid is going to happen because of this issue, because of this event, because of this factor, this lack of not having something? What are the associated fears? What are the anxieties? What are the stresses that you have? Get them all out and just keep writing. There is no time limit on this, but I want you to keep writing until you can't think of anything else. And it doesn't matter if it's rational or not. It doesn't matter if, you think it's going to come true, or, it's like, oh, if I say it, I'm speaking it into existence. Just write it down, because if it's in your head, then it's already in existence. You're already fearing it. You're already worried about it. You're already experiencing anxiety. So write it down on the page and just keep writing until you have no other ideas or thoughts left coming to you. And you will start to feel a sort of sense of release, because in writing it down and saying it out loud and getting it out of your head, it frees up your insides. It frees up your mental space, because you're no longer carrying that burden. You've put it down on paper and you don't have to remember it. You don't have to fixate on it. It's living somewhere else. So that is a very important part of this process. Now, once you're done with that, we can move on to the third question. The third question that I want you to focus on is, what is the best outcome that could come out of this situation? What is the best outcome that could evolve out of these worries or these fears? Now remember, we've already done the worst case scenario, but what would you want to happen? What do you want to see? What is the thing, if I go through this event and all of these things happen? Or let's say it's about money and you're like, oh man, I don't know how I'm going to pay for X. I don't know how I'm going to pay for my health care or health insurance. I don't know how I'm going to pay for my child care. I don't know how I'm going to pay for X. I really need a job, right? If needing a job is something that's weighing on you right now, what's the best case scenario? It's getting a job. But it's not just getting any job, right? It's getting a job that has benefits. It's getting a job that's sustainable and it's going to last you a while. It's getting a job that pays you enough to cover your responsibilities, right? That's the best case scenario. And maybe one that also allows you to be safe or work from home or, manage childcare. So, right, think about what is the best case scenario and write that down as well, and write as long as you need to. I want you to make sure that you're not getting caught up in the is this real? Is it possible? This is so unlikely. Do not worry about if it's possible. Do not worry about the logistics of it. Write what the best case scenario is, right? This is an exercise, okay? This is a visualization exercise, so do not put limits on your best case scenario. What is the best case scenario for this particular worry or fear? Once you've done this, I want you to go back and I want you to review that list. What were the fears? And then what's the best case scenario? And when you think about the best case scenario, I want you to sit with that for a while. I want you to sit in that emotional state of what if this best case scenario was my reality? How would I feel, right? How would my insides feel? Would it feel warm? Would it make me smile? Would I be crying tears of joy, right? Would I be jumping up and down? Would I be calling all my friends and family and telling them the big news? Like, how does it make me feel? Is my heart racing? Or does it just mean I can sleep at night without thoughts running through my head, right? So think about the physical sensations that you will feel if this reality were real. Right? If the best case scenario were real, if you jumped forward in time and you're living in that space, how do you feel? Right? What is surrounding you? Who are the people you reach out to? How do you celebrate? And it's important to remember that feeling because we want that feeling to become our reality. We want to live in that space. So what I want you to do is as you move through the week and those anxieties, those fears, they start to creep up on you, I want you to get that piece of paper out and I want you to read the best case scenario. Don't worry about the other stuff. Read the best case scenario. And then I want you to meditate for 30 seconds, a minute, 3 minutes, right? Put on your favorite Spotify song that relaxes you and calms you, or put on some ocean music or nature, waterfall, rain, storms, whatever calms you, right? And listen to it for 5 minutes and visualize yourself in that safe space, in that best outcome. Allow that to be your reality, right? And give yourself a mental break from carrying the load of all that negative, anxious, worry, and stress. I also want you to remember that carrying the stress, carrying that anxiety, carrying that fear, it doesn't help you get through the moment any faster. It doesn't change the outcome. And especially if you're stressing or getting angry or frustrated over things in the past, like the more you obsess over it, it doesn't change it. You can't change the past. It has already happened, right? And so we can protect how we live in the present, but we can't go back and we can't change the past. So I want you to stay focused in the present. I want you to focus on what you can control. And I want you to know that worry, anxiety, stress, like none of that changes the outcome of any situation, right? So what we're trying to do is let go of those habits and focus on the things that we can control and leave space, right, in our lives for the things to manifest, for the universe to have our back, for it to catch us. Okay, before we close out, I'm going to pull a couple of cards just for you to reflect on throughout the week. So let's grab our Universe Has Our Back deck. And I think I have the magic deck. I have another deck. I'll go grab it and we'll walk through it. Okay, so let's look at these. Let's look at these self-care cards here. I do have one deck here. This is the Universe Has Your Back deck. So that's the Gabrielle Berenstein book. This is the specific deck that she has out, which I really like. It's very beautiful. So I'm going to draw a card here for us. Okay, actually 2 flipped out. So, this is so perfect. The healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So remember that this week. And there's the card. So you can see this beautiful artwork, right? But the healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. That's so important. That's exactly what we're doing in this exercise. Allow yourself to feel the emotions, get them on paper, and then let them go. But you have to acknowledge that they exist. The other one that came out was, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. This is so important. This is why I do this exercise, because what you focus on, what you dwell on, is what you manifest in your life, right? And we don't want to be manifesting anxiety, stress, and fear. We don't want to be manifesting these negative outcomes. We want to be manifesting happiness, success, joy, love, compassion, respect, right? Friendship, strength, courage, bravery. Like, we want these other characteristics in our life, but we have to give them space for that, right? And so this is why you focus on the best scenario outcome and reflecting on that, living in that, trying to get your mind set in that place instead of living in a place of fear. Let's grab one more. I have what is this? The Believe in Your Own Magic deck. And this is, this is the Amanda Lovelace deck, right? So you may recognize that name. She is a poet. She's fabulous. She's a feminist. I love her work. And this is a beautiful little oracle deck with some fun illustrations. So let's grab a card or two from that. Hopefully you can hear me over the shoveling. Let's see. So I got two cards. So Shark, this week, Shark, swim away from the situation, right? Okay. So for some of you, you're going to need this, swim away from the situation. And the other one, Confidence. It comes with time and practice, right? Confidence comes with time and practice. So give yourself that space. And remember that this is not a test, right? It's not a test to see how well you can visualize your future or how well you can meditate. Practice focusing on your mind. That's why I love Self-Care Sundays. Like, this is about healing. It's about giving yourself space. It's about giving yourself room to reflect. And you may feel really awkward the first few times you do this exercise, but practice will give you more confidence. And it will allow you to really see and manifest the benefits of this self-care work, or this shadow work, this reflective mirror work. So there you go. That's your advice for the week. I can't wait. There'll be more videos coming this week. We'll have a Tarot Tuesday video and maybe a Writer Wednesday video. So if you are not already subscribed to the channel, please do that so you don't miss out on any future content. You can also join my newsletter. At the end of every month, I give away one free tarot read. And so it's worth $100, and it's a fun, in-depth, one-on-one read over Zoom, and it's very low pressure, and I absolutely love doing them, and this is my way of giving back. So I do that to newsletter subscribers. So if you're not already subscribed to my newsletter, I'll have the link in the description below, and you can check that out as well. I'm also booking for the rest of January and into February, and I may do a couple of love sessions for February. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, put it in the comments below so I know, and we'll get into some of those love forecast videos. All right, take care, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.